So we're going to do what I call a draft one copy. Okay, so draft one copy is basically finding a keyword and then finding all the keywords that relate to that from a certain country. So at the moment in the tool you'll see we've only got England in the drop down, but we will have multiple languages and currencies. So we go back to our Word document on the left hand side here where we've clustered the data together. So we know what the groups are. So clearly these at the top are very broad. So if I put in the word garden furniture, clearly it's going to come up with teak garden furniture, also rattan garden furniture, and probably a load of other things. Okay, so if that's the case, that we're doing broad keyword research, what we need to think about is also what our clusters are. So for example, if I was doing keyword research on garden furniture, so we'll just take garden furniture, we'll put it into the tool, and then what we're going to do is put a space at the end. Okay, and then what we're going to do is just click on search. So obviously you would use the drop down for whichever country you want to do keyword research in. So you can see here it's used a token. So a token is used every time you request some information. So it costs us money for us to request the information from the search. So we click on OK, and straight away down the bottom here you can see there's 1,000 positive keywords. The tool itself will hold something like 4,000 before it sort of says you've got too many. In my view, if you've got more than 2,000 keywords in the positive keyword folder, you haven't split up your keywords sufficiently enough. You shouldn't have any more than 2,000, and that's really pushing it. So try and have a look. You haven't grouped your keywords enough, and so therefore you need to go back to the drawing board and make sure that these are split out a little bit more. So clearly garden furniture is very broad, and what we want to do is we want to make sure that we get every keyword. So this again is if you're using the keyword everywhere tool, which is how I would use it. If we go to here, the Google search, and we just put in here garden furniture, straight away we can see how many searches there are. So there's 201,000 searches every month. Okay, the cost per click is 21p. The competition level is 1, being 100%. But what we want to do is we want to find and add to our keyword list more keywords to do with garden furniture. So what I'm going to put in here is if we just put a space and put in 4, you can see here we've got 4 less for sale. We've got garden furniture for small gardens, garden furniture for kids, garden furniture for grass, small spaces, small patio. And you can see the number of searches and how valuable these keywords are to us. So clearly we want to make sure that those keywords are in our list. So what we're going to do is we go back to the tool and we're just going to click on 4 and then put a space and then click on the search again. So let's move that over so we can see what's happening. And so here we're going to use up another API token. So click on OK, and you can see here we've now got 1,941 positive keywords. So obviously once we've got all the keywords in there that we want, what we're going to do is we're going to export. So we're going to do export positive keywords, click on there, and that will bring us up our draft one copy of all the keywords to do with garden furniture. And so that's where we're going to start. Okay, so that's what we call a draft one copy. So we would save that as draft one copy and put it away in your folder.